Hey, Silver Sisters, if you're here, could you please let me know so I can know that everything's working as it should be? I just want to make sure that everything's looking good here. Okay, anyway, if you can see me, just please start commenting so I can see you and know that this is working. Okay, but in the meantime, pardon me. Okay, a lot of women are afraid that going gray will close doors professionally, creatively, and even socially. But my guest today made the decision to stop dyeing her hair in midlife, and instead of shrinking her world, it completely changed the direction of her life and career. Oh, thanks, Janice. Thanks for letting me know that you can see me. Today, I'm joined by Silvina Neder, founder of Silvina London, and we're talking about her own gray hair transition, how it reshaped her confidence and career, and what she wishes that women knew before they ever put the dye bottle down. If you're watching live, we're going to take questions towards the end, so drop them in the chat as we go. Thanks so much. I'll bring Silvina on. I'm somewhat new to live streaming, so I might make a few mistakes. Thanks. Hi, Silvina.
Hello, Katie, and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here. And you're in Italy, correct?
Yes, I am currently in Italy. I live between London and Italy, and now I'm in Italy. Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Fortunately, a beautiful day today.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. For some
Yeah.
reason, your screen's a little pixelated, but don't worry, we'll just work with it. It might be the internet connection. So.
It's not the best internet in the world here. Yes, I can see that, but let's try to make it work.
Okay, and the audio is good, and that's the most important thing. So,
Yeah.
so before we really get into everything, I wanted to kind of know what made you decide that you wanted to stop dyeing your hair.
Well, I had the idea for a couple of years in my mind. I was in my mid 40s, and I was tired of being like a slave of the coloring, like having to color my hair every 3 weeks because I have a lot of hair, a lot of white hair in the front. So it was like a very tight routine that I had to follow. And in 2015, I moved to London from Argentina. And it was really tough because it was a new language, a new city, a new job, everything. And I said, okay, this is the moment when I don't have any more time, when I can dedicate more time to have to go to the salon to conceal my gray hair every 3 weeks. So this is the time. But the truth is that I had the idea before that it should look good. The gray hair should look good.
Okay,
Yes,
good. So did you have anybody that inspired you, or did you just know that it could look good because it's hair? I mean, hair can look good in its natural state. Or was there somebody that
exactly.
you knew who went gray that you admired?
Well, to be honest, when I travel, for example, to New York or to London or to Paris, I used to see very, very smart, very elegant women with gray hair. And I say, wow, this looks amazing. So, random women that I saw on the street. But I would say that an icon was Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada
Oh yeah,
with
it's
her
wonderful.
beautiful gray hair. So I say, wow, this is it. This is it. It should look good because if gold or blonde, which is gold, is a color, why not silver? Silver should look amazing.
Right, you're completely right. And what's interesting is, I wish that we had 100 years of women dyeing their hair, so a lot of
Hmm.
us didn't grow up with examples of women with natural hair. And I do hope that the younger generation sees now how beautiful it can be, because we were led to believe it wouldn't be beautiful. You know?
Yes, exactly. That's what we want to show everyone that you can look great at any age without having to conceal anything. Without having to pretend you are not that age or you don't have that thing that comes with age or with time. Because sometimes women go gray very in the early 20s, so it's not nature. So
Right,
you can look great with whatever you have.
right. It's such an unfair idea that only elderly people go gray. I think I was probably fully gray in my late 20s or early 30s, but I didn't know because
Yeah,
I covered it up. So.
yeah, me too, definitely. I think I went gray in my mid 20s, something like that. And by my end 20s, I was I had a big percentage of gray hair. Sorry for my accent. My original language is Spanish, so I hope I'm clear in English.
I understand you perfectly. You speak English beautifully.
Thank you very much.
When you decided to go gray, was there anything you were afraid of, or you were just ready to do it?
Um, to be honest, I was afraid of the transition. How would I look during the transition when I would say at the beginning of the transition when nobody can tell if that's something that you didn't have time to go and do your color, or you are doing that with intention, right? Um, I think it was the first time, but the first I was scared of the first month, 2 months, 3 months of the transition. But then when I was so convinced that it was what I wanted to go gray and to have my gray hair and to see how my silver hair would look, that I was not afraid, to be honest.
Oh, that's wonderful. The sooner feel like a lot of us are so afraid to make the leap to gray hair, but a lot of us, once we make the decision is the hardest part. Once you start the process, it's not as bad. I think the fear of the process is worse. Do you think?
Exactly.
Mm.
I think that you said something very, very interesting, Katie, because I think the thing is making the decision. It's like anything in your life. When you make up your mind, you know what you have to do, and the other things that you have to do follow that.
Right,
So
that's true.
once you have, yeah, you may, I'm talking for myself, right? When I made the decision, I made a decision. So it doesn't matter if I did a transition in 1 month, in 6 months, in 1 year, if I cut my hair short, if I bleached my hair, it didn't matter. I made the decision. I want to go gray, and I will go through this until I'm fully gray.
Right. Yeah, I like that. That's how I felt too. Once I finally came to the decision, I just stuck with it. So,
Exactly. And then you can choose how to do it. People, as I said, it's scary to think how the transition will be, but at least for me, it was not traumatic. On the contrary, I watched my silver hair growing healthy without the chemicals, without the coloring, and I loved it. I loved it how um, I don't know how to say it in English, but it would be like virgin. This hair was, this how natural was the color, how unspoiled, and I loved it. Really loved it.
did you go gray cold turkey? You just stopped dyeing your hair?
Yes, because I thought I had my hair more or less this length, and I thought a little bit shorter maybe, and I thought about like bleaching the part that, for example, I had like this with a silver hair, and I have the rest with brown hair. My hair is very, very dark, and I had like a brown, and I thought about like doing like highlights with a almost white, and I started researching. I started seeing hairstylists in London to see how they would do that, how they work with that. And 1 week passed, another week passed, another week passed since while I was researching, and I had like 1 centimeter more. So I said, I will leave it.
Yeah.
And I started like cutting, like having haircuts to enhance the silver part, and it was done. Mine was very quick because my hair grows really, really fast. And also I went a little bit shorter, but not cold turkey. So yeah,
Did your how long did it take you from start to finish?
I think 9 months, not
That's
more
wonderful.
than 9 months. Yes, 9 months. Because I
My,
went a little bit shorter. There are some at the bottom of my Instagram feed, Silvina Neder, there is a photo of the first haircut I had when I went gray, when I went totally gray. Yeah, it was a little bit shorter than this, but not too short.
and what did your hair texture change after you went gray, or is it always been curly like that?
My hair always been curly, super curly, and it was another transition to assume my curly hair when I was in my early 20s or during university.
Mm.
that I say I'm not straightening my hair because I used to straighten my hair when I was younger. But yes, was always like this curly, but the texture it really improved because I colored my hair so often, like at the most every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The more time I could wait between coloring was 3 weeks. So it was so often that my hair was like quite damaged with the coloring. Even though I tried the best colors, the best products, whatever, natural products, anything, the hair is damaged.
Right. My hair,
So
it's horrible, horrible damage.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when you see your hair natural, I think that nature is so good that we are so good as we are. If we don't change, if we don't touch so much, if we don't add so many things, that it looked amazing and it felt amazing.
Whenever I see your hair in the pictures, I always want to reach over and touch it. It looks so thick and healthy, and I love the way it springs forth from your head. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of hair. It's a lot of hair, and yeah. I would say when I was I must say when I was a teenager, it was like big, and all my friends had straight hair, so it was not easy, but now I love it.
I'm
Yeah,
sure you must get stopped on the street when people see your hair. Do people stop
yeah,
you?
yeah. That's why going gray was more than going gray. Like it was a bigger change because I changed my career. I
Right.
used to work in yeah, I used to work in marketing, and I had been working in marketing for in consumer insights for almost 30 years in my late 40s, 25 years, something like that. And I was trying to do something different related to encouraging women to do encouraging people to do what they want. And when I went gray, everywhere I went, people say, "I love your hair, I love your look, I love your hair." I love your look." I thought I have to do something with this.
Right. You were so right. Can you tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about how your career changed once you decided that? Like, did you
Well,
quit
when
your, just tell us everything.
yes, I was working in consumer insights, and I had my own consultancy, and I was refreshing my website, and I had my photos taken, and it was after the first cut when I had all gray.
Mhm.
And I saw a photographer. She was a portrait photographer, and also she was the photographer. She has photographed before the model Daphne Selfe. She is
Okay.
like in her late 90s now,
Okay.
and she was modeling until her 90s. And Rosie, the photographer, had photographed her, and when she photographed me for my market research, my consumer insights website, she said, "Silvina, you have to be model because in 5 minutes I have the photos. I don't have to tell you what to do." And told Rose, "But I don't look like a model. I am short. I am petite. I am in my late 40s. I have gray hair. Silvina, there are a lot of models with gray hair." Okay. I went back home, Google gray hair models. A lot of agencies popped up, and yeah, I am a marketing person, so I knew what to do. So I like improvised like a portfolio, and I sent, "Hello, I'm Silvina Neder. I had these photos," and it was a Tuesday, and on Sunday I had my first job.
That's
And then
amazing. Wow.
on the following week, another job and another job, and then I started to be booked, and I did an acting course in order to. When you are doing a photo shoot, you have to the photographer say, "Okay, I want you to look like this, to transmit this, for, more for commercial." So I did an acting courses. I loved it. And then I had a client, my main client in market research. And one of those days, they called me very, very sad. They said, "Silvina, our headquarters says we have to work with this company, which is a global company. We love you, but we cannot work with you because we have to follow the headquarters guidelines." Yes, perfect. I said. No worries, because I wouldn't have left my client, but I
Right.
wanted to do this, the modeling and the acting full time. So yeah, I came back home and I pressed delete on my
That's
website.
that is so fortuitous. I love how things just the universe just worked out for you. It was looking out for you. I love that.
I think when you want something, anyone wants we want something, and the things start, and you make the decision, and you know that you want something. Things start to work around that right,
I
around
think that's
that
true.
right.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Let me just see. I had a couple of questions about your change. Let's see. So we're talking about your. Sorry, I just have to look at my notes because I have a horrible memory. Um, well, once you left your career, you left your old career, you started your new career as a model and actress, which is wonderful. And I know before we ever met, I already knew you from seeing your picture everywhere. I've seen because I use
Thank you.
yeah, I use a lot of stock photos for my website, and I always saw your hair, and I was like, this woman's hair is the best.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky.
yeah, it's wonderful. And so, when did you decide that you were going to found your own line of hair care products? Had you not found products that worked very well for your hair? Because a lot of us find that mainstream brands don't know how to work with gray hair.
Yes, yes. Sorry, one of my lights went off, but I think it's okay. The light, right?
Yes, it's fine. So,
Yeah. Um, yes. I tried to. I looked for products. I started to look for blue products, blue shampoos, because I didn't want my hair to look yellow.
mhm,
And I couldn't find. I found some very blue that lived like the hair not yellow, but I noticed that after if I use them like twice in a row, my hair started to turn blue.
right.
Yeah, and also the hair was super 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 dry. The texture horrible.
Hmm.
My hair is really dry. So it didn't look good. It didn't. The texture didn't feel good. There was not. They were not. I couldn't find any conditioner that fighted that. It was my hair was not looking good. Was look if I balanced the color, I couldn't balance the texture and the dryness and the hydration and whatever. And I tried everything. I even had products brought from the US, from everywhere. Sorry, I'm trying to look to improve my lighting, but something happened.
No worries.
Um, and nothing worked. So I started researching, and I I say, okay, this is there is a niche here. We need this. We women with gray hair, we need these products because we cannot be like thinking that if I wash my hair today with a blue shampoo, tomorrow I have to wash with another shampoo with a normal shampoo. We have to have one shampoo that is good for every wash,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So that was what I looking, and I couldn't find at all. And I said, okay, I had no idea of the industry. I worked in marketing, but I worked in mostly in food, in communications, in media, but nothing in the beauty industry. And also, and I started researching who can make this.
Right.
And so I tried to find a chemist and a factory a chemist who can develop the formula and a factory who can produce the quantities I was able to produce because I founded this myself. I didn't have any founding, any money from anyone, but some savings that I had.
Hmm.
So it took me like 4 years to find the formula and a factory. And that was I tried a lot of formulas, and once I started using the products that I finally launched, I said, these are the ones. I started with the shampoo and the conditioner, and I have been using them for the last 4 years every day. I wash my hair very, very often. And yeah, it works. So I'm happy with that.
I love your products. I think I've told you when I first received your shampoo and conditioner in the mail, and when I opened the shampoo, I was a little dismayed to see it was purple because I had such a bad experience with purple shampoo. It
Hmm.
dries out your hair. It makes your hair feel like straw, and then you have to use a deep conditioner to make it work. And then, like you said, it's extra bottles in the that you don't need.
Extra bottles, and also like planning, because sometimes you go to the gym, you have a shower at the gym, and you didn't bring the blue shampoo, you didn't bring the other shampoo. It's complicated.
It's too much. And then when you go on vacation, you've got 4 bottles to bring with you instead of 2. So, but yours is the only purple shampoo I've ever found that you can use every day. And I wash my hair 2 to 3 times a week. What's interesting is I recently started HRT, hormone replacement
Hmm.
therapy. Now I have to wash my hair more often. So I thought that was
Oh, really?
interesting.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, isn't it interesting? For
Yeah.
me, that's what happened. But I can use your hair or your shampoo quite often, and it never dries my hair out. And that's such a bonus, like you said. And that makes it clear that a lot of these companies aren't doing their research for what works with natural hair. You know,
Yes,
and
yes, yeah, definitely. And it has to be. I can tell the difference of this is a product of some made by someone who wanted this,
right, you're
by
right,
one of us. It's not like a formula for blue for the color. It's for all our needs.
right,
Balancing the color with the hydration, because gray hair is more dry. It's drier than normal hair when we are younger,
right,
and we need more hydration. And
right.
the shampoo is full of natural oils, and the conditioner also has coconut oil, aloe vera, a lot of very nice products naturally derived that really, really hydrate the hair.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And one of the comments I received was from a person here who's a big fan of your product. She's wondering if you could ever make bigger bottles because we'd like to have a giant bottle of it in our.
I wish I could, and thank you for the question.
Mhm.
The thing, I don't know who asked this. Hello, and thank you very much for being a lovely customer and for liking my products. The thing is that I am very small yet. I'm a very, very, very small company, very small. I produce very low quantities, and it's very hard to do variations, because all the factories, all the anything you buy, for example, packaging, whatever, you have to buy like 10,000, and I never produce 10,000. I produce 2,000 in every batch,
Well,
and it's and they say directly they say no, we cannot produce this, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. It's like sometimes they are the suppliers of packaging or the factory, they have minimums that I would love to do big bottles, even small bottles for traveling, but still it's not doable. I have that in my radar. When I'm bigger, when I can produce more quantities, definitely I would love
that would be
to do
wonderful.
that.
I feel like everybody should have your products. They're fantastic.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so
Well,
happy.
I wanted to ask you. Let's see. I don't want to get off topic too much because you're so wonderful to talk to. But I guess I was going to say, so you made your own products for women that solve some common gray hair problems like brightness and dryness. Um,
Hmm.
do you have any
And
other
shade,
and shade? Right, that's true.
shade.
Are there any other products you'd like to make in the future?
Yes, I am. Well, I have a hair oil now. I have the
Right.
shampoo, the conditioner, and a hair oil that I love it because it's natural. It's 99% natural, and it's also all the oils are yellow, and this is light blue, almost transparent, so it won't turn your hair blue. Sorry, your hair yellow, and it's very light.
That
I
sounds
love it
wonderful.
for the scalp, for the ends. It's super, super good. I would like to do some styling cream for curls as well. And I would love to launch some heat protection or sun protection.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I live in
yeah,
California where it's so sunny and I can't leave the
exactly.
house without a UV protectant and an SPF and a hat and it's
Exactly. So we need that for the hair too.
mhm.
It's something not so easy to get the form to nail the formula, because it has to really be a protection. And
Right.
also we don't and also has to not take the volume of the hair, and not to have make the hair very sticky or something. So it takes time, but I have that in my radar. And what I will launch soon, that I'm working on that, some accessories, some beautiful clips, because when you go through the transition, for example, I always say one of the tips to go through the transition is like play with the hairdos. For example, if you have white hair and darker here, okay, put some a headband up to here, or put a clip or something like that. So I'm working on beautiful clips of acetate. I don't know how to say it in English.
Mhm.
In Spanish is acetato, with different shades of gray, so we can mix the hair and pin and play with that. Yes.
I wish I was better at that. I feel like I didn't learn how to be a real woman because I'm not good at putting my hair up. So I need to.
Uh, well,
And my
it's a
hair is kind of
styling.
my hair is kind of fine, and so when I pull my hair up, I feel like you can see my scalp, and I don't like that. But your hair is so thick and gorgeous. I can see that with clips and everything, it would look fantastic. So.
Yeah, and I also don't like hair in my face. So every time I'm at home, I put like a headband.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, but it's to have more options, I say, mostly for the transition. I think it would be fun.
I think
Yeah.
that's a wonderful idea. I think
Yeah.
people would love that. And I want to, if it's okay with you, I thought we could open up for questions. And
Yes, please.
one thing I'd like to ask people, if you have curly hair, do you specifically have questions for Silvina? Because curly hair is not my expertise. And she, with her beautiful head of hair, I'm sure she has some wonderful advice. So if you have some questions, please type them in the chat. And also, I forgot to mention, I put a link to Silvina's fabulous gray hair shampoo and conditioner in the video description box. And I also have a coupon code, which I have to look up because I forgot to add that there. Sorry, one second. Uh, do, do, do. I think it's KGP10, but let me just check. So hair.
KTP10, I think.
Yeah, let me see. I think it's there. So yes, KGP10 for 10% off. So I'll put that down below. Um, while we're waiting for questions, I have a few of my own questions. I have a little
Yes.
list here. So let's see. What are what do you think are mistakes that women make when they're caring for their gray hair that could hurt their gray hair health or the way it looks? So
First of all, not being aware that heat is horrible for gray hair.
right, that's true.
And I working in the modeling industry. When you arrive to a photo shoot, the stylist, the makeup artist, and the hairstylist, they want to usually they want to curl your hair with a curler,
Hmm.
with the heat. And I said, no, no direct heat on my hair, never. Because
Right,
my hair, if I do that, my hair is yellow.
right,
And no shampoo, no conditioner, nothing to fix that. So no direct heat, never.
right. That's a good one.
Uh,
And yeah,
yeah, yeah. So be aware that direct heat, I use a diffuser or whatever, or maybe you do a brushing or something like that. But direct heat like tongues or curlers, no.
right,
Other thing is that we think that the color, like the not going yellow, like having super silver, is all about the blue pigments in the products, not the yellow, not anything yellow, but the blue. That's okay. That helps a lot. But also, it's the hydration.
right,
The more hydrated you have your hair with a good conditioner, the less yellow it will go.
right. Oh,
So
that's a good point.
yeah. And also, I thought, because a lot of curly people, not gray hair people, but curly people, they say, no, you don't have to put conditioner on your scalp. Conditioner is only for the ends, not for me. I put a lot of conditioner and I massage everything. And while I am washing my hair, I massage with conditioner, and it makes a massive difference.
Wonderful. That's
Good
great
hydration.
advice. We're getting some questions now, so I'm going to put them on the screen. Okay, so this is from Helen. She says, I'm growing out my curly hair now, and is there anything I need to know about what happens once I reach the full gray state? So,
I'm going out of my curly hair now.
yeah. So she's wondering, is there anything that's going to change once her hair is fully gray? Her curly gray hair is fully
No,
gray.
I think that the curls and the texture will be even better. Just keep caring for your curls as you do, like scrunching or whatever, and follow no heat, good hydration, and a nice shampoo, blue shampoo.
Wonderful.
Something that we didn't mention: Silvina London shampoo, conditioner, hair oil, any product that will come in the future, they're all Curly Girl method approved.
Mm.
That means no silicones, no parabens, no sulfates.
Oh, that's
No
wonderful.
silicones, it's super important because the silicones like make like a coat on the hair and the hair dries below. So it looks shiny on the first wash, but after a couple of washes, it will look like drier. So no silicones. Conditioners that boost the natural oiling of our hair.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you. That's a great response. Here's another one. Let's see. Douglas says he might try the products. He has fine, naturally curly hair, and his hair is fading in color. So, thank you, Douglas. I know you'll love the products. Okay, now
Thank you.
here's from Robot Cajun, who's one of my favorite people. She says, I'm curious about her routine when styling and drying her hair. My hair is wavy, and frizz is a huge consideration. My routine is more about reducing frizz, almost more so than defining the waves. So frizz is her major issue.
Try the oil.
Right.
Yes. What can I say? Use a lot of conditioner, massage use the shampoo, Silvina London. Wash with the shampoo. Add the conditioner. Leave the conditioner on. Rinse it. Not 100% rinsed it. I would say like 90%, and then add some drops of the oil, and see.
Right. Thank you, Silvina. And let's see. Let's see. The next one is actually from my sister. I'm outing her here. She's in Puerto Rico right now. Amy says, pardon me. Question: when you are growing out your color and letting the grays in, when do you start using purple shampoo?
I don't remember, to be honest. But as long as you, I think that the first centimeters it will be super white, but after you have more than 2-3 centimeters, I think it would be good to use a blue shampoo. And for example, Silvina London shampoo, if you have a color on the rest of the hair, it won't affect the color because the pigments are natural, are derived from blue magnolia, so it won't change the rest of the color. If you have a brown or a blonde or darker, the shampoo won't affect, and it will enhance the silver in your silver part.
Right, that's a great point. And what one thing I noticed is purple, or one thing I always tell people is purple targets yellow tones and blue targets orange tones. So if she's having orange brassiness, the bluer might help with the brassiness, and the purple helps more with the yellow. So, but both of them can be used on colored hair, and all they'll do is make your silver hair.
Yeah, I don't think there is a difference. You have to try, and as I say, this shampoo, the pigments, sometimes you see, depending on the light, you see the shampoo like more blue, more purple, depending on the light.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's the same for any shade. It will help.
Right, I
And
think.
also with that, with going a little orange, the hydration. That's
Right.
very important.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about being gray is your hair, like people always told us that when we went gray our hair would have a bad texture,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I grew up believing, and that's why I used to dye my hair, because when I dyed my hair it felt smooth, and it only felt good the few days after I dyed it, and then it would start getting rough and damaged. The damage would come out again.
Mm-hmm.
And now my hair is soft and smooth and silky again. And then products like yours just help it stay that way, which is wonderful. I love it. So, okay, let's see. Jackie's your big fan. She has a question about your oil. Do you use the oil before or after you style your hair? As I'm guilty of using heat on my silver hair.
So she will use heat in the silver hair.
Does use heat, so she wants to know if she should use the oil before she styles her hair or after.
I put my the oil. The oil is made to put when you have wet hair.
No.
So probably before styling.
Okay.
But I will be cautious on putting the oil and then, for example, doing some straightener directly on the hair.
Right.
You have to try. You have to try.
Maybe do a test
Prob-
strand. So,
yeah, do a test. As I don't use heat, but I will research and I will respond.
okay,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
asking because I have to respond that. Sorry
Right.
for that.
Well,
What I can say is that the oil is super natural, and it will certainly hydrate the hair, so it will help. But you have to try if it's better for you before or after the styling. And as I say, I wouldn't use direct heat on the white hair.
right. I'm going to do a video soon. I stopped using heat altogether for a while, and then sometimes I do if I'm in a hurry because my hair takes forever to dry. But I bought a Dyson because it can go to a very low heat that's safe for gray hair. So
Mm-hmm.
if people do use heat, just be cautious. Use a thermal protectant. Use um, the products that can go down to as low as 165 degrees, and those are very hard to find. You can buy. I just bought a tool, which I haven't opened yet. It's this. I'll put a link to it later in the show notes. But it you can. It's an infrared thermometer, and it tests the heat
Mm.
out of your hot products because a lot of them say that they don't go as high as they do, and then they burn your hair. So with heat, always be cautious or don't use it at all, like Silvina is saying, because
Yeah, I would say not directly. You can use a diffuser or you can blow your hair. Absolutely. For
mm,
example, now it was absolutely cold. Not today, but it's been very, very cold, and I couldn't have my hair wet. So
right,
I dried it with a diffuser, and then I blew it, and it's fine. But the thing is not like not doing the tongues or the curls with the heat like when you do a press, right?
yeah, that that I've seen my hair when I didn't know what I was doing after I went gray. I used to use a flat iron, and I saw my hair caramelize in real life. It just brown streaks came out, and those don't come out unless you cut them out. They're horrible.
Yeah, no, no, no. And I put this face because like this because when I see, for example, my niece like
Mhm.
doing the tongues, I say, no, don't do that in that beautiful natural hair of 14 years old. Don't do that. They sometimes do, right? But
Right. That's how they learn. So
yeah, exactly. And they can cut, and something that's very important, hair grows. So no matter what mistake you do, it won't be forever. So
right,
don't be so afraid. It's not so terrible.
right,
Anything pass.
right. You can always cut it off. It just might take.
Absolutely. Any bad haircut, any bad color, any hair grows. So doesn't matter.
Our next question is, how often do you wash your hair? I've seen various recommendations about washing once a week to a few times a week.
Well, I wash my hair more often.
Right.
Usually I wash every day because I do yoga or sometimes I go swimming.
Mhm.
I am trying to wash every other day, not to because I think it's better not every other day, but my shampoo is so gentle,
Right.
so natural that you can use it. I use it every day. And
Right.
also, when you don't have your hair colored, when you have your hair natural, the hair is less damaged.
Right.
So, yeah, it won't be so damaged. But the thing is, don't use shampoos with sulfates that are very, very, like, I can't say the word now, but
Detergent.
like very hard very harsh on the hair.
Right, they are. I've avoided them altogether since I went gray. My hair feels so much better. So,
Exactly, yes.
okay. Here's another comment from Danielle says, I'm 6 weeks in and my hair is very white. Do you have any special recommendations for wavy and very white hair?
Same.
Mhm.
Silvina London shampoo, conditioner, a lot of conditioner, massaging the conditioner, and then putting some, rinse it, then dry it with a towel, with a cotton towel, something like on the, wrap it in a cotton towel, and then add some oil and
Mhm.
leave it.
That can we go back to the oil for a second? I want to remember what you said. I have it and I haven't tried it yet because I'm not, like I said, I don't really style my hair very much. I'm a little lazy sometimes, but I want to use the oil. What I've done with oils in the past is I use them mainly on my ends because my ends get
Mm-hmm.
dry. But can you tell us again what the hair oil routine is? I want to make sure I understand.
Yeah, it's a, the oil is like the final nourishing touch, and the final shine touch, right?
Mhm.
It's super super nourishing. So I think everyone has to learn how, what is the best way to use it. There's no one way to use it. For example, I wash my hair, I then dry it with a towel. When it's wet, when it's still wet, I wrapped it in a towel. When it's still wet, I throw some drops of the hair oil, like my sister say, like a salad,
Mhm.
and I do like this. And for me, it works. But other people put the oil before washing, so the hair doesn't, still have some oils while washing, and it works. I saw that with people with thin hair, and it works beautifully. And also, for example, for you, Kate, what I would do is, for example, I put some in the hands,
Mhm.
like warm it, and do this.
Okay. Well, while my hair is still damp,
Yeah, exactly.
would it
Or
also
dry.
or dry either way? Okay. Would it
Mm-hmm.
be a good idea to? I have a swimming pool, so I'm still getting
I'm
used.
jealous.
Yeah, thank you. I'm still getting used to. I've only had it for a year or 6 months now, but I'm still getting used to how to take care of my hair. Some people recommend putting oil on your hair before you go swimming. Do you
Yes,
do that too?
definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, at least for the sea, I do that. When I go to the beach and I swim in the sea, I put hair oil before going into the water.
Okay. Okay. Good.
And with chlorine, I would try. Yeah, I think I would do as well. Yes,
Because it helps the
but
chlorine not adhere to your hair.
yeah, and something very important for the pool and for the sea. Every time you swim, is a silicone cup, please.
All right.
A cup. It makes such a. If I swim with no cup, my hair gets dry with salt, and if I put a cup, it's okay. Some water gets in, and then it's fine. It's not like it's like all dry. I think the cup makes a massive difference.
All right.
And
So
oil before, yes.
yeah, because the definitely the salt water is not great for your hair. So.
And after swimming in the sea or the pool, rinse it. Take the salt or the chlorine out of the hair immediately, as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah. That's the only thing I don't like about having a pool is sometimes in the summer I go to work. I work from home, so I work. Then I take a break. I go swimming at lunchtime. So before I go swimming, I have to get my hair wet. Now I'll put some oil in it. Go swimming, come back out, rinse my hair, and then sometimes I go swimming again at night. So it's a lot of being in and out of the pool, but it's worth it. It's totally worth it. So yeah.
Yeah, but you can put the oil on the first time, and then you rinse it a little. You don't have to wash it. You rinse a little. You put a head under a water, under not chlorine water, with the tap water. You rinse it and you go work, and then you don't need more oil, or you don't need a full rinse. It's like taking the excess of chlorine, I think.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna try it for sure.
And then
Danielle, oh sorry.
you let me know.
I will. I will. Also, I want to let everybody know who's watching this. I'm going to turn this into a blog post, and if you're on my newsletter, I'll email it out to you. But this is so helpful, so much good information.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm happy.
Karen says if she doesn't blow dry her gray hair, it doesn't look styled. I understand, Karen. If you do blow dry it, just make sure, like we said, use it on low heat, use a thermal protectant, and you hold your blow dryer at least 6 inches away from your head. Don't do what the hair stylists do, where they have it right next to your hair. That's a great way to singe your hair. So hold it as far away as you can. So, people are loving your information. So thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Let's see.
And please feel free, anyone, feel free to email me. I am always Silvina at silvinalondon.com. I'm happy to respond.
I'm going to put that here in the notes. 1 second, Silvina, or in the chat.
Happy to respond. And anyone who has an idea, I'm always listening to people who what they want, what they I plan the products, listening to with the restrictions I have for being very, very, very small and only myself. But I plan listening to people to what you need, right?
Well, that's wonderful. That's what's so important. That's why I prefer to support smaller women-owned brands because you know what people have gone through and what they're looking for. It really
Absolutely.
makes a
Yeah.
difference.
And always, and sometimes I feel like, oh my God, I work so hard because I take care of everything. Well, dealing with the factory, with the formulas, with the marketing, with the emailing, I do everything like communication, posts, social media. It's a lot of work. And sometimes I say, oh my God, I'm working so hard. And yeah, it's still a very, very, very small company. I don't make money, not very, very little. But I love the products, I love them. And I think I always say, if I didn't have these products, if I didn't have Silvina London, I don't know which products I would use. Totally. For me, it would be a problem.
I think
Because
so
I
too.
didn't.
Another brand of gray hair shampoo and conditioner I liked has not been in production for over 6 months or maybe almost a year because of issues with their supply chain. And I was searching for a new shampoo and conditioner, and then I found yours. So it really helped because so many of the shampoos you can get at the drugstore, I just found stripped my hair and they made it too dry.
Exactly, exactly. That was a word I was searching in my mind when I wanted to say not harsh shampoos. They stripe the hair. Yes,
They do.
yeah. That's
Um,
what happened when I went gray. That I tried all the blue shampoos. The shade could be okay, but they felt dry.
yeah, yeah, I don't like it. Um, it looks like that's the end of our questions. I have 2 questions for you before we head out for the day.
Yes,
I want to, of course, thank you for being here, and I hope we do more of these in the future. It's been wonderful.
my
Um,
pleasure. Absolutely.
and your fans here, like Jackie, are saying they love your products. They're the best. So thank you for that, and I agree. So,
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Sometimes it's hard the day the day after day work, but I am so happy. I feel so good when I hear these things. It's so important.
100%.
Yeah, because I
Um,
do it with passion, with a lot of passion, and because I believe in the products and I love the products.
I do too, and we want to get them into more stores and more. We want them to be more widely available in the United States for sure, and everywhere else.
I hope, yeah, I hope.
So here are my last 2 questions. What would you say to a woman who's tired of dyeing her hair, but she's afraid to let go?
Think what you want. If you want to be great, think about that. How will I look great? How will my life be without not having to color my hair? Think about that. And then the transition, of course, you will be scared of the transition, but the transition passes.
Mhm.
So make up your mind. If you want to go gray, do it.
I
I
love
always tell people that something funny that when I was during my transition, I dreamed that I colored my hair.
No, that's common.
Oh my God. And in my dreams, I said, oh no, I colored my hair. I have to start again. But I never dreamed, okay, I will color my hair again.
Right.
My mine was I have to start again, but I am on this in this journey. I am going gray.
Mm, I love
And
that.
it's so good to it's so like empowering to not to have to conceal something because you are coloring your hair and you are concealing every 2 3 weeks your nature, you a part of yourself.
Right.
So getting rid of that, not having to conceal how you look, it's fantastic.
I love it. It's you. I remember feeling like I'm me again. I'm me now.
Exactly. Me, sorry, I'm so sorry about the light because I had prepared the lights and the light then went off. So I hope it's not so bad.
Now, don't worry.
Um, yeah. Um, yeah, it's like me and I am this age. I don't have to hide my age. And also silver is so it illuminates the face. I love the silver. Yeah.
It does.
And yeah, go ahead, Kim.
And my last question is, what do you wish someone, or no, my last question really is, what was the biggest surprise for you once you went gray?
Once I went gray, my biggest surprise.
Mm. Yeah.
eh,
What was, yeah. What were you not expecting? Like a lot of us find that our hair will change, but more changes than that. So, uh, what was the most delightful surprise that happened once you embraced your natural hair?
I would say everything because I didn't expect to find a new career thanks to my gray hair,
Mhm.
like modeling and having a brand of gray hair care. I didn't expect that.
Mhm.
And also that I really loved how the hair, the silver looked, and I felt good. I felt good. I felt like I can go out how I am.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel older at all. On the contrary, I felt like bold, like this is me, like I am trendy. I don't know. I didn't feel old.
I feel the same way. I thought I would feel old or look old. I felt younger because I felt rebellious and bold.
Exactly.
And I felt
Exactly.
like I looked younger because my skin looked better because it was glowing from the reflection of the hair.
Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of people think that, for example, I hear a lot of single women, for example, in their 40s, single straight women that they say, I know men don't like women with gray hair. Men they won't like. I won't date anyone. I think that men or anyone love someone who is confident and who
Mhm.
feels good in their own skin, right?
Right.
That's more that makes you more beautiful than any color, any clothing, any botox, anything like confidence and feeling good in your own skin.
Yeah, feeling good in your own skin is highly underrated. But to walk out in public and feel good about yourself and to know that you're not hiding a part of yourself is the best feeling in the
Exactly,
world.
exactly. Know that you are not hiding any part of yourself.
Yeah, it's
Which
wonderful.
doesn't mean you don't have to wear makeup, you don't have to dress well, you don't have to have a good haircut. Yes, but you are not hiding systematically like every 3 weeks. Oh, this will happen, and I have to hide it. Nobody can see this.
Right. Yeah. It's wonderful not to worry about that anymore. So, well,
Exactly.
well, thank you so much for being with us here, all the way from beautiful Italy. And thank you, ladies, for joining us today with your wonderful questions. We really appreciate it. Make sure to check out. I have a full review. I have a full review of Silvina's products on my YouTube channel. I'll make sure to put a link to that in the video description box. And you can also find the link to her products in the video description box, along with a coupon code for 10% off, which I haven't put in there yet, but it's KGP10. So thank you so much, Silvina.
Thank you. May I say something? May I add something? Um, a lot of women, I don't know if there are someone here who had asked me for that. They say and you said that in your review, Katie, that the conditioner is super thick and it's difficult to take out of the bottle.
Yeah. Mhm.
You said that. Well, soon we will have a new packaging, like a tube, easy to squeeze, so better for to use the conditioner.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. 'Cause I love your packaging, but I'm getting arthritis in my hands as I get older, and so squeezing the bottles was difficult. So that's
The coming out better. Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. Well,
Well,
thank you.
thank you very much to you, Katie, for having me, and thank you everyone who listened.
Thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again here soon. Take care.